Hello, everyone. Okay, let's start. Okay, hi, everyone. Hello. Thank you so much for joining us today as part of the Green Week. It's really good to see that so many of you have joined us and decided to join us to talk about teaching circular economy in schools. Um, I'm Andrea, and I'm going to start kicking things off here. And just before we dive in, I also wanted to let everyone know that this is one of the sessions that is happening during Green Week. We also have sessions in several other languages. So if you're interested in those, please let us know, and we will reach out. We'll send you more details. So we'd love for everyone to join those as well. So, hi, Lucy. Um, let's start. Maybe if we can share the screen. One sec.
Before Andrea finds her, excuse me, I just need to mute my computer. So Andrea is waiting for the presentation, but before she starts, I would like to invite you as well on behalf of the entire project consortium. I can see there are plenty of teachers from Romania, Ukraine, Balkan countries, even Greece. So we are very happy to have you all here. This means that the circular economy or environmental topics are very interesting and very necessary for you, teachers from all around the Europe, to learn about and to start using them in your classrooms. So here we are with some beautiful outputs that we have created for you in the past 2 years. I think Andrea is ready, so I give you the word back. Andrea, go
Thank
on.
you. Thank you very much, Lucy. Now I am going to share my screen. Now. Oh.
Do you want me to help you, Andrea? I can share it from.
Maybe if you can just share. I have the presentation, but for some reason it's not letting me share.
Mhm.
If it's a problem of Zoom or if it's me doing something wrong. But I have the presentation.
Okay.
I don't know if you want to share it. If not, let me just try to
Never
up.
mind. I'm sharing from myself.
Perfect, perfect. There you go.
So
All right.
here we are.
So thank you so much, and thank you, Lucy.
Mhm.
So let's start a little bit. Let's begin by why teaching circular economy concepts is important, and particularly in elementary schools. So in today's world, it's something that's not just important, but really necessary. We know that we produce and consume and dispose of lots of goods, and we know that that impacts the environment in very different ways and in very deep ways. So, circular economy basically offers a vision of sustainability, one where we have resources that are being used responsibly, where waste is minimized, and also importantly, materials are being reused in a continuous loop. So these ideas aren't just important for policymakers or scientists or people that are constantly learning about these things, but it's also important things that everyone should know, all individuals. And we know that starting from a young age can be really powerful to create individuals that are have better knowledge of these themes. So starting in elementary school is the perfect place because if we introduce these concepts here, the children are this stage, they're naturally curious. They want to learn, and they're very much open to new ways of thinking. So if we teach them then about what circular economy means, then we can shape these habits and these mindsets that will then last a lifetime and create a sort of ripple effect for the future. So whether it's learning how to recycle properly, or understanding the value of repairing items instead of just discarding them, or maybe even exploring the creative ways that we can reduce waste, the lessons that we have created in our project empower children to become mindful consumers and also active participants in protecting the planet for a better future, a better tomorrow. So the practical side of this is very important as well. Teaching circular economy concepts integrates well with existing subjects such as math or social studies or science. So this way it helps the children make connections from what they've learned in the classroom and the world around them. So they'll start to see how their small actions, the little things that they do, for example, bringing reusable bottles into the classroom instead of plastic bottles, or composting food scrap. These things can contribute to solving a larger global challenge. So, most importantly, these lessons will help children understand that what their role is in the bigger picture. This way, they'll grasp the idea that resources are limited, that they're finite, and that their choices matter. That students begin to develop some sense of responsibility for their environment, their community, what surrounds them, what is around them. So, this understanding will foster in them as well critical thinking, creativity, as well as problem solving. These skills are very important skills that they'll need as future leaders in a more sustainable world. So basically, teaching circular economy is not just about facts, figures, or important terminology. It's also about inspiring children to imagine a future where people and the planet thrive together and we become better aware of our surroundings. And we know that that starts in the classrooms with teachers like you who are ready and willing to guide them in this journey towards a more sustainable tomorrow and help them become the leaders of sustainability that we know that they can be. So that's the basically the end of why teaching a circular economy is important. Maybe now if we can move on.
Yeah. I will continue.
Așteptăm cu brațele deschise. Dacă nu sunt atât de mult.
We have some guys. Please mute yourself in case you want to say anything. Write it into the chat. All right. Thank you, Andrea. I think this is time to explain a little bit what is behind all this content of today's conference. I would like to explain you how this process started, because this may be interesting for you. You already met Andrea, who explained us why teaching this, and that is probably the reason why all of you are here and why you are interested in this topic. Andrea is one of the 5 partners who have worked on this training program. Andrea represents a European Learning Center from Spain, but we have also another partners. We have here our friends and partners from LearnBar, an association of teachers from Germany. We have also our colleagues from Danmar, who is an educational organization from Poland. Then we have here also Archivio della Memoria, our partner from Rome, Italy. And also here are us, ProEduca. We are from the Czech Republic, and we were leading this cooperation all together. So all these 5 partners will, one by one, present you some of the tools that we prepared and that we want to give to you to use and to share in your classrooms. So here is the idea. When we started this project, we were responding to an urgent need that was expressed by teachers. We ran a survey and we realized and we found out that there is a crucial need, there is an urgent need for practical and accessible tools that could enable teachers to integrate environmental education into the classrooms. So, circular economy is one of the essential components of environmental teaching, and it is often overlooked in traditional teaching materials and leave teachers without the resources to effectively engage students in this critical topic. So with this in mind, we put this team together and we prepared the set of tools that we wanted to give to all the teachers all around Europe. There is a set of 200 micro lessons in 7 languages that were designed to reflect the key knowledge about the circular economy. These lessons are tailored to be practical and engaging and adaptable, and we wanted to make them suitable for students at different learning levels, but most of all, they are suitable for the elementary school settings. They are available in 7 different languages. So apart from the project partner languages, as I already said, it is Italian, it is German, it's Czech, it's Polish, and also Spanish. These are the 5 partner languages, but we also have it in English. And there is one more added language, which is Turkish. So these are the 7 languages. All of these tools and materials are available for you. And we gave this training program, this set of 200 micro lessons in 7 languages. We gave it an apt name and we call it a Green Future. But we didn't stop at creating just the micro lessons. We would like to support the learning process, and we created a simple but effective micro certification scheme that is grounded in sound educational principles. This system not only tracks students' progress, but also helps them to feel the sense of accomplishment and responsibility. Our colleagues from ELC, Andrea, will later explain details about this micro certification scheme. But there is more. We recognize that the importance of student engagement is, the crucial and the center point of our efforts, and which is why we embedded all the micro lessons and all this micro certification system into a unique platform. This platform motivates students to progress through the lessons and complete quizzes and earn digital badges. It turns learning into an interactive and rewarding experience. Our colleagues from Denmark will later delve deeper into this platform, and they will show you how it all works. And finally, we developed this comprehensive teacher toolkit, which includes a detailed manual as well as the lesson plans. These resources offer a clear guidance for you on how to integrate the micro lessons and how to use the platform into your everyday teaching. So whether you're introducing a single lesson or designing a more extensive program, the toolkit provides you the support you need to succeed. And all of these outputs, the micro lessons, the platform, the certification scheme, and the toolkit, all of these resources are available for you free of charge. You can access them and also download everything directly from our project webpage. My colleague, Pipa from Proeduca, will walk you through our webpage and show you how to access all these resources and how to simply work with them effectively. So, if you have any questions to whatever is being said during these presentations, feel free to add your questions or your comments into the comment section, either here at the meeting call, or as this conference is being streamed on YouTube, you can add your comments also up there. And I think we can proceed with with the next presentation. Andrea, if you can remind me, I think this is the webpage, right?
Yes. So the next person is the micro lessons by Pipa.
Yes.
I think Pipa is who's next.
Okay, I will share my screen so I can walk you through.
Okay, so I'm finishing my sharing. Okay.
Okay, perfect. So hopefully you can all see that.
Yes.
So just to begin, I want to clarify the difference between the learning platform and the website. So the learning platform is created for students, and that's where students will go for accessing the micro lessons, going through the badges, which one of my colleagues will explain shortly. The website itself is created for teachers, so it's a place to house all these resources that we've made that teachers can then implement in their lessons. So this is the website itself. It's eco-bits.eu. And as I said, it's a place that is housing teachers' resources. So you can see currently we've got 3 projects housed on this website, and I'll take you to the access screen first. So within this page, you'll find information about the project itself, but the main section which is important for you as teachers is this section here. So you've got a link which takes you directly to the students' learning platform. And on the right-hand side, you have the resources for teachers. So we head to this screen here. As you can read, hopefully, on the screen, what we have here is the full collection of 200 micro lessons. We also have lesson plans available, which will be on the website very shortly. A lot of the lessons have complementary activities, so we've provided these on the EcoBits website. And finally, editable resources. So this is what we have created to allow you to customize lessons. So for the vast majority of lessons, they're also available as a customizable template. And I'll explain that in a bit more detail shortly. But it means that you're able to adjust and adapt the lesson to your specific classroom needs. So if we scroll down now to the micro lesson library, this is where all the micro lessons are. And we've divided the micro lessons into 5 separate modules. If we go to the first one, Unit 1.1, you'll see that this is where each microlesson package is represented by a square. And depending on whether or not there's an activity, there's either 2 or 4 links here. So if we look at this first lesson, we've got the microlesson itself. So once I click on View Lesson, it's going to pop the lesson out. And the different file types are either PDF or video. So you can use this as it is now, or you do have the option to download as well and use in an offline setting. The second link is Go to Editable Lessons. So this clicking on this link will open up a Canva template link. So in order to use this template link, you will need a Canva account, which you can do for free. And then once you select Use Template for New Design, this will take you directly to your own personal copy of the lesson, and you can edit it as you wish, changing the content or language to suit your teaching needs. If you've never used Canva before, don't worry, because on the EcoBits website, we have a playlist of teachers' tutorials in which we go through certain tools that you can use to create micro lessons, and we had a few videos on Canva as well. So that's the micro lesson library. As you can see, some of them have more links. So if there is an activity involved, you've also got the activity and the template for the activity. In terms of language availability, we're in the final stages of completion. So all micro lessons are available in English, German, Polish, and Italian. And for Czech and Spanish, there's 1 or 2 modules available, with the rest coming very soon. So I think that's everything about the website and the micro lesson library. And I believe I'm now passing on to my colleague from Italy to present one of the micro lessons. So I will stop sharing that now.
Yes. Hello, everybody. I will share my screen. One moment. Okay, so can you see my screen? Okay,
Yes.
so the lesson I want to show you is this the story of Clini, the laundry superhero. It's a storybook, a short storybook. It's 10 pages. And it's in the unit 2.1, how to reduce, reuse and recycle. I will show you the lesson here. So that's the unit. And you can see the lesson of cleaning here. View the lesson. So this is the lesson. The idea is to teach children how to make things last by focusing on quality. And the story is about this washing machine Clini that who lives in a very small town, Gadgetville. Clini was made to last a long time, use little energy, and be easy to repair. And when something broke, you will see the short story here, there are these small repair elves that came and made it work again. So Clini, it's an hero and became a hero because make every laundry day fun and magical. And basically the story is to choose, the idea is to choose the item, things that last and can be fixed. So we can enjoy them for a long time. This is more or less the story. And the first step to create this storybook, it's write a proper text. The text of one of that kind of storybook should be simple and quite short, because for small children, we say that we can stay between 100 and 500 words. These are 350 words, a story like this. And you can see there are a lot of room for pictures and 1 sentence, 2 sentences for each page. And for these and other technical details, you will find, as Pippa said before, a small video tutorial on YouTube. And also for this lesson, there is the editable template here on Canva, so you can modify what you need to modify, because of course you can add some details, you can add more text, you can
use different languages. You can translate into different languages.
Of course. And for each lesson, you will find also a lesson plan. I will show you the lesson plan of this lesson, that it's this one. Okay, you can find objectives, So in this case are understand, teach about quality, reparability, and sustainability, discuss to help students to reflect and on how to repair and care for objects, create, because at the end of the lesson we will ask kids to draw their own superhero. Key competencies for student: critical thinking. For example, you can ask questions about where do things come from, what happened to them when we are done using them. Also listening, of course, paying attention to the story, understand the message, and also creativity, because we need to use imagination to create a superhero. Something is happening to Zoom, maybe? Are you watching the presentation, right?
Someone stole your sharing.
You're not sharing.
Yeah, please.
Yes.
Click back and start sharing again. Radica
Okay.
Levova is, yes.
Okay, it's me again. Okay, in every lesson plan, we will find also the material needed. In this case, there are the storybook, of course, and also the screen to show the story, and paper and color for draw the story of the students, and also some indication on the preparation, the setup of the room. In this case, how to organize the material, and so on. And then again, the step by step idea, cioè read the story, display the storybook on the screen, ask children to look at the picture and listen, some in to discuss the story. So simple question to ask. For example, what makes cleaning special? Why it's reparability important? And draw activity. Create your own superhero like Lini, and then sharing and reflecting session. Invite students to show drawing of their superhero, ask them to explain the powers of their superhero, and so on. So, and some teaching tips. Keep the lesson interactive by asking questions, help students who have difficulties with the drawing of ideas, or just celebrate each student's work to boost their self-confidence. These are more or less the idea how to use a storybook like Lini in your lesson. But there are a lot of lessons very different, so you will find a lot of ideas how to use them in your classroom. It depends of the lesson, of course. Now, Ingrid, the colleague from Germany, will show you another lesson.
Right. Hello, I'm Ingrid. I'm the chairwoman of a quite young association in Germany, and this is our first project, Erasmus Plus project, and it's quite exciting. And now I'm trying to, do I need to share yes, I probably do need to do this, yes? Or can I go on with your presentation?
Yes, if you want, yes.
Okay, so yes, I have to take it back here now, one moment. Okay, now I'm going to prepare another kind of micro lesson. Our micro lesson is an infographic, so it's quite quick and quite small. And now, yes, please open it. And here we see sharing instead of wasting. This micro lesson explores what every one of us can do, and even the children. So it works well for all age groups. And as you can see, there are 3 pictures and a very short text. And the children who cannot read yet, they can look at the pictures and the teacher can read to them the text. And the children who can read can read the text themselves, or you can read it together with the children as a class. And if we look at the pictures right now, you can see that these are all places where people can share things they don't need any longer, but which are too good to go to the waste bin. And in Germany, in many towns and cities, we have these places. So the first picture upstairs, if you go up, yes, this is a shelf where where in this picture, there are mostly games and toys in this shelf, but you can put everything in there, even decoration, clothes, whatever. And then the second picture is a so-called food sharing box. I don't know if you have it in your countries, but here they usually include a shelf and a fridge where people can put all their food they don't like, they don't eat because it's too much. And in the second picture, we see a cupboard full of books. So the children learn that if they have read a book, they can just put it there and take another one with them back home. And the aim of this micro lesson is to teach children that sharing things means that we produce less waste. And this is exactly the key message of the lesson. And again, if we go to the editable version, you can see that this also, right, thank you. Here you can see that we can also have an editable version, and it's done by Canva again. And as it has already been said, you can find some tutorials on how to use it. And here again, you can take other pictures, you can write another text, you can use it as some kind of language learning, micro lesson, whatever. And now we come to the lesson plan. And again, like Milena said, this lesson plan goes with every micro lesson goes with the lesson plan. And in this lesson plan, if you go over the step-by-step lesson plan, you will find all information necessary to use the micro lesson directly. The lesson plan addresses the main objectives, as you can see, then such as understanding that sharing leads to less waste and that sharing promotes community. And of course, the lesson plan shows the key competences the students will develop, such as creativity or empathy or responsibility. And then there is a list with all the material you need. For example, in this case, it's a whiteboard or laptop or a tablet, whatever. And you can see what you need to prepare the lesson for. And then the next page. The lesson plan describes the methodology of the lesson, so you can find some introductory questions or discussions, hands-on activities you want to achieve with the learning objectives. And in this case, the lesson plan suggests organizing a sharing cell within the school so that the students can directly see what sharing means and engage in sustainable practices themselves. And I hope you enjoy this lesson and would like to have you do this with your children. Thank you.
Thank you, Ingrid. I would just like to sum up what you have seen were 2 lessons out of the 200 lessons that we have prepared in each of the languages that I mentioned. So just to wrap up, this was just a little taste of what we have prepared for you. There are many more. Some are in the form of the video, some are in the form of infographics, some lessons are in the form of the image, interactive image. Many of them are accompanied by the activities, practical activities that you can, but you don't have to insert into your classes. And all of these options are written down in the lesson plans for each of these lessons. So all this together as a whole package gives you a huge selection of options of what you want or might use in your classrooms. So all of these you will find in the teacher's toolkit that will be presented later on. But now, Andrea, how is it now? Who is next in our program?
I'm actually next, so that's perfect, Lucy. Thank you. So I'm gonna start by sharing my screen first. Okay. I think, Lucy, I think I might need you to do it again. It's a problem with my screen, with my Chrome, that's not letting me share. It's asking me to reboot everything.
Never mind. So I am.
Sorry.
I'm starting. Don't worry. I'm starting to share my screen, and I'm opening the presentation again.
Yes.
Just let me find the proper slide of it, and it's. I think it's this one.
Yes, exactly. Thank you very much. Yes. So now that you've heard a little bit more about the project and you've seen some of the micro lessons that we have to offer, we're going to take a closer look at a very important aspect of the project, which is the micro certification scheme. So this system it works to basically test the knowledge of the students, but it's not just that. It's also about motivating students and also celebrating their achievements and ensuring that their learning journey is both meaningful but also rewarding for themselves. So basically, I'm going to tell you a little bit about how it works. So it works first. Each micro lesson has a short, focused quiz that consists of 4 multiple choice questions. Each of these questions offer 4 possible answers. In order to earn the badge for this micro lesson, the students need to score at least 75% of the questions correctly. So if they don't meet the standard, the 75, they don't answer 3 out of 4 questions right, then they can review the material and then retake the quiz as many times as they want until they achieve this milestone. This method also provides instant feedback and encourages active engagement with the content from the students. So then we'll talk a little bit about the tiering system, the badging system of the micro lessons. We have 3 levels. First, we have the micro lessons, which is what I mentioned before, and each student earned the badge by completing individual quizzes. They reflect their understanding on specific topics, and they also provide quick wins to keep them motivated. It's a fast way for them to earn these badges. Then on the second level, we have the units. A unit badge is awarded when students complete all the micro lessons within a related group of topics. So basically, after they've done all of the micro lessons, they've achieved all of the quizzes with a percentage needed. Once they've done this, then they can get the badge of the unit. And then the third level, we have the modules. In this level, basically students earn this badge after they've completed all of the units within the modules. This means that the students have basically mastered a broad theme but it is still a specific theme, and it's also have more of a comprehensive understanding of circular economy. So basically, once they've done all of this, once they've achieved the 3 levels, they can download a certificate. And it's not just a piece of paper, it's a digital credential that aligns with the global standards, making their achievements credible and portable as well. So let's talk a little bit about the key features of the badging system. So each badge is visibly unique. So it makes it different. It also makes it interesting for the students as well. But also an important thing about the badging system of our project is that it follows the IMS Global's Open Badge 2.0 standards. So it means that The badges are secure, they're transparent, and they're also recognized beyond the classroom, beyond what they do inside, what they receive inside the project. So the badges are visibly distinct, and they are packed with important metadata, such as name, description, criteria that they needed to achieve it, the date that it was issued by, and then the details of the issuer. So as you can see here, you can see the examples of what the each module look like. The green badges is the micro lessons, then the unit is the second one, and then the final one is the module one. Each of them is different, as I mentioned before. So basically why it's important, why it matters. So as I mentioned before, it's not just about assessing students. It's also about empowering them. The micro certification scheme, it shows students that their efforts matter, that they're important, that their learning is valued, that it's not just something that they're finishing a lesson and then they're done. They receive validation of what they've learned. But it also encourages them to take ownership of their education and to see themselves as active participants in creating a more sustainable tomorrow. In addition to all of that, it also gives the students the possibility to stop their work if they need, and then come back to continue their journey without losing their place. So if a student has done one micro lesson and then they stop and then they do another micro lesson in a week, they'll still have what they've done before. They still have the first micro lesson already finished. So it's a great way for them to keep track of what they've done, and for teachers as well to keep track of what the students have achieved, and encourage that as well. So basically, to give you a more practical sense of how all of this comes together, everything that I've explained, because it might sound a little bit of too much information at this time, our colleagues from Denmark will now demonstrate the platform where students complete their lessons and quizzes, and then you'll get to see firsthand how intuitive and engaging the system is for teachers, but also for our young learners. So now we give the floor to Danmar.
Thank you. That would be me. So hi, everyone. My name is Joanna. I represent Danmark Computers, which is the partner to the project, and we have been responsible for developing the e-learning platform. First of all, let me share my screen with one introduction slide, and then we will go to the platform e-learning itself. Okay, welcome to the Green Future Learning Platform. That is the name of the e-learning developed in the Access project. This platform, it includes the training program developed in the project, which is built mainly of micro lessons. The learning is interactive. We offer not only content for learning, but also to assessing the knowledge. There are different quizzes, which also makes the experience more interesting. We will go to this address in a moment. This is the direct address to the e-learning platform, the Green Future platform. And in order to be able to use all the content, it will be necessary to register. I will also show you this in a bit. Registration is, of course, for free, and we collect as little necessary information as we need. I will show you this in a moment. In this course that we will go to, it is possible to earn different badges, like my colleague Andrea has just explained to us. The training program includes micro certification. So in each module, it will be possible to also receive a badge, and then in the end, a certificate. So let's go to this site, to the platform, and see how it all looks like. We are now on the website, and here you can click on the redirection to the platform. Other than that, you can go to the address that I showed you just a moment ago in the presentation. Now, if you do not have an account, you need to click on the register button. And here is the information that you should include. First of all, the name. It should be your full name, because this is the information that will go to the certificate that you can get at the end of the course when you complete all of the modules and collect all the badges. We also ask that you provide your email, you select the country that you represent, and of course a password that will enable you to get into the course. Besides that, there's no other information that we need from you, and there is no activation link sent to your email. So you just register, and then you can immediately have access to the training. So I am already registered. I have my email and password included. So I go into the platform. This is the landing page. So we have landed on the Green Future platform. What do we have here? You can choose the language in which you decide to attend the course. So these are all the available languages the platform, the e-learning will be available in. And also you have your profile here. So in case you made a mistake with your name or need to update some information, for example, the country, you just go to this section in the menu and you update the information. Also, if you want to update your password. Okay, so let's go back to the home page. What else do we have here? On this page, you will also see here the place where, when you complete all the modules, the certificate will be available. So at this moment, we cannot click on this spot because we have not completed the modules, not earned all the badges. But once you have gone through all the modules, also this button will be active, because this is where you can download your certificate from. And the certificate will be available from the very moment you pass the course. So at this point, we cannot go to it, but it will be available once you pass all the training modules. Now, the list of the training modules. There are actually quite a few different modules that you can go to. In total, we have 5 different modules. All of them, of course, are related to the topics of circular economy and teaching students. Each of the modules is divided into a few units. So already here on the landing page, you can decide from which module you want to start from, because this is up to you. You don't have to go module by module. You can decide on the order that you want to access the material, that you want to continue your learning, depending on your interests, your needs, expectations. You can go back to the modules at any time you want. And when you earn your badges, you also will have information here on the home page. So this is very useful information. Just also to remind all our participants about the badges. So there will be individual badges inside each of the lessons for the units and then for the module. Very important. It's very important that you collect all your badges so that the module badge is unlocked, because only then you'll be taking a step closer to earning the certificate for the training, for the learning platform. So that's a quick introduction. So we know how to access the platform. So you can do it through the website, which also here is the link to the website. You can go directly to the platform by entering this address. Next thing we know is that we need to register to get access to the platform. And that also we have a choice of different modules that we can attend. And at the end, we can receive a certificate when we unlock all our badges. Now, my colleague will show you what's inside each module, so how each module is built.
Hello, everyone. I'm Zuzanna from Denmark Computers. And as my colleague has already mentioned, I will show you what you can find inside our modules. So if you want to enter any module, you have to click here. And right now, you can see the division into units. Here we have 3 units. Each unit has its micro lessons. Here you can see the number of collected badges and the green one, which will be visible on the left side of each micro lesson once you've completed the micro lesson. What is important to complete micro lesson? You have to pass the quiz. You have to have at least 3 answers correct to pass it. I will show you maybe a different module. Maybe we'll move to the 4th one. As you know, we can choose our learning path according to our preferences. I will open the last micro lesson. And here you can see how each micro lesson looks like. So here you can see module, unit, and lesson number. You have the title of the micro lesson as well, and each micro lesson has its own distinct key message, which corresponds to the whole micro lesson plan, and anything that you can find here. So here you can see the micro lesson in a form of a infographic. And once you've read everything, if you want to pass the micro lesson, you have to open the quiz. Each quiz looks the same. Of course, the questions are different. So let me focus a bit, and I will complete the quiz to show you what happens once you've finished each micro lesson. So we have why recycle batteries to prevent harm to the environment. Right now you can see that the answer is correct. You have a very short explanation of why this answer is correct, or why another answers are incorrect. You have to go next. Where should we dispose of used batteries? Into special containers. What action can children take to help recycle batteries? And the last question.
Zuzanna, maybe show us what happens if you click on the wrong question.
On the wrong one, of course.
Yeah.
Okay, so here you can see the wrong answer and also the explanation of why it is the wrong one. Now I click on finish, and you can see I've got the score of 3 out of 4 points, and I got the information that I've unlocked the badge. I can retry the quiz, but I have passed, so I won't do so. Here you can click continue, or you can move to the previous micro lesson. So you don't have to move back to the former page. You can simply click previous or the next, and you can move here between each micro lesson. You can complete all the quizzes. Right now, I will come back and show you what happened. So here you can see that we have the first batch, which is also marked here, 1 out of 9. And basically each micro lesson has the same scheme of working. You have to go through the micro lesson, you have to go through the quiz, and then you earn your badge for each lesson, then for each unit, finally for a module, and once you've completed all the modules, you get the certificate. And that's basically it. The platform itself is very intuitive and easy to navigate. That was what we wanted to do because it is supposed to be mainly for children. So that's the point. I think right now we can move to the benefits of the use of the platform. I will try to tell you a bit about it with my colleague. So first of all, it is very interactive and engaging because of this short and focused material. And it's easier to stay focused and engaged when we have something more practical, like quizzes, which provide instant feedback and offer and ensure practical engagement.
Yes, and also with the type of the digital learning environment that we are providing, we are offering these small chunks of knowledge. So you can decide to learn one topic or decide to earn one badge, and then you can stop the learning and you can go back to it at another time. So also it's not so intensive, the learning. You can divide it between different classes. So also the learning can be extended in time in your classroom, or if you are doing it individually, you can decide to go back when you have free time, or simply it's not a must that at a certain time you need to attend this training. What about gamification elements? We also discussed this, and we can consider that the training that we are offering on this platform, it also includes elements of gamification. So we are offering gamifying learning because we are offering a challenge in the form of a quiz. So you need to assess and check what you have learned. You get the badge. So also we have this scoring system. So this means also that the learning is more playful and should be more motivating for the learner. What else?
What is also important is the fact that if someone decides to complete, for instance, one module in an English version of the platform, and then he or she decides to complete another module in a different language, for instance, Polish or Italian, the progress will be saved no matter of the language choice. So that's definitely a plus because children can also learn languages through this platform. And I think that it is really accessible, as you can enter the platform on different mobile devices, your phone, computer, or tablet, and other devices that you have at home. And of course, you can do it at home, in school, or any other places, which is extremely beneficial. And what about teachers?
Well, I think it's also good that we are providing real life experience, so the teachers also can treat the micro lessons as some case studies, and you can reflect. The student, I mean, already can reflect and can consider to implement the practices that you learned from the micro learning in the real environment. So we are applying these kinds of real life contexts in the micro learning environment. So that's already a comment, I would say, maybe not to the structure of the lesson, but to the content that we are offering.
Okay, so I think that's all. Many of those things that we've already said were also mentioned before, but in general, that was it, I think.
Okay, so thank you. That's all about the platform from us.
Thank you very much, Joanna and Susanna. Thank you very much for this information. I think now, according to our agenda, the Teacher's Toolkit should be presented. So probably I will just leave the floor to you and you can simply continue with the presentation.
Yes, so it's back to me again. Yes, so I will continue to speak about the toolkit itself. So I'm sharing the presentation again. Okay, and that was the platform. And now we speak about the Teacher's Toolkit. Okay, so the Teacher's Toolkit, the Green Future Toolkit for Teachers, it focuses on teaching and learning about circular economy, but also providing some practical guidance for teachers. So first of all, teachers can find out how to implement micro lessons in their schools on the example of our project, but also how to apply the micro certification system while providing a flexible approach to teaching about sustainability. This toolkit, it is a research that can be used offline, so it will be available through the website of the projects, the EcoBeats main site, and it can be used offline. Now, the toolkit, it can be useful in 3 areas. So when you are implementing climate change, circular economy, and sustainable education issues, but also it can be used as a training in a separate subject. Another thing about the toolkit is that it offers an independent development of own lessons, because we provide examples of the micro lessons developed in this project, but also you have guidance on how to develop and prepare your own micro lessons. So whether you are new to creating micro lessons or without any previous experience in teaching about circular economy, then this guide will help streamline the whole process, providing high quality and engaging content for your students. Now, something more about the structure. The step-by-step...
Yes? Are you going to share your presentation?
Oh, yes, I thought I was sharing. Okay.
No, we were looking at you so far, and I know you have the presentation, so that's why.
Yes, no problem. It's at the beginning. Okay, so now it should be fine.
Yes.
Okay, super. So just a recap of what you have heard, but you have not seen on the screen. So I mentioned about the toolkit, that it offers practical guidance on how to implement micro lessons and also how to apply micro certification. And here we see the cover page of the toolkit. So this is what you should search for on our website, because it is available through the EcoBeats site, through the project website. Okay, and this toolkit is a step-by-step guide for teachers to introduce circular themes into the curriculum. And it is divided into a few key sections, a few chapters, and the chapters here are listed on the screen. Each of them focuses on different aspects, but all of them are related to developing and implementing micro lessons, because this is also a key concept of this project, that we are not working on a MOOC, very heavy, long, exhausting content, but we are working on this micro lesson concept. So we have micro lessons in this project. And now, so the toolkit, it includes an overview. So first we will have an introduction. In this introduction, we also have some information about circular economy, so about what it is, so some key definitions. Also, in this first section, we have the structure of the toolkit. So at the beginning, when you open the toolkit, you will have a brief recap of what to expect in the remaining parts. Okay. So the chapter 2 of the toolkit, it is called Understanding Micro Lessons. And in this chapter, we introduce the concept of micro lessons, and we show why this learning approach is important. We also focus on the assumptions for designing the content and taking into account different learning objectives, and also the fact if we are using technology in the classroom. So let's say that at the heart of each of the micro lessons are two primary formats. So we have short, vibrant videos, or we have eye-catching infographics. So those are the main contents that we have been working on in this project. And these resources, they are about 3 5-minute long chunks of knowledge that you can acquire, breaking down into key circular economy principles. Like we already presented to you and told you, we also offer quizzes, and the content which you probably have had a chance to see during today's webinar already also includes a lot of visual material, a lot of different colors to make it also child friendly. We don't just stop at presenting the material. So there's the hands-on experience because you do the quiz, and then the teacher should encourage also the student to put the information, the practice into real context. So these are some of the things that you will find out from chapter 2. Then we have the chapter 3. So before developing a micro lesson, the main themes, the lesson areas of interest, they should be considered. So we have to consider the lesson, the key concept, the key message, and then we can prepare the micro lesson. So in this chapter 3, we focus on recommendations for selecting the learning objectives, the approaches, the methods, and the different tools for your specific subject, because you can also be a teacher of a different subject. The chapter also showcases different examples of the micro lessons and how to prepare the lesson plans. So you are led by an example. You have an example that you can use, or you can also prepare your own micro lesson, your own content. And next we have chapter 4, which is called Developing the Micro Lessons. Whether you are new to the micro lesson creation, you want to refine your skills, well, this module offers some practical tools and ready-made resources so that you can craft effective and engaging digital lessons that you tailor to your educational goals. So you have step-by-step guidance how to create an interesting digital micro lesson, because this is another aspect of the project. We are focusing on developing digital skills, and also the micro lessons, they take digital format. However, they are available from the project website, where you can also download them and use them offline. But going back to chapter 4. So in this chapter 4, we also provide the step-by-step process of developing the micro lesson. So first you have the concept, the learning objective, which we already considered, and then we prepare the script or the lesson, take into account different visual elements, the design, and we have the final synchronization. So in this module, you also have information about the tools that are proved to be successful by teachers, also by us as a partnership that we are using, and which are easy to learn if someone is new to digital tools. Chapter 5, not the last chapter yet. Chapter 5 is about the micro certification system, so what you learned about today also. And in this chapter, we introduce the process and the criteria for the micro certification. So you have explained all the steps how to acquire the certificate, which applies to this digital training that we are offering. So the Green Future training offered in the Access project. Okay. And then we have chapter 6, and in chapter 6 we present some case studies. So to demonstrate experience, to review different school initiatives that have been proved to be successful, but also to understand diversity in education in different countries. In this chapter we present case studies from Germany, from Italy, from the Czech Republic, from Spain, from Turkey, and from Poland. So we have a compilation of case studies focusing on sustainability and the circular economy for primary elementary school teaching. And then we also have the final part of the toolkit, which is the glossary and also a section with frequently asked questions, which also we encourage you to check. So this is how the teacher's toolkit is built. We have these different chapters, and all of them are also the toolkit will also be available in all the languages that the platform will be available in, and it will be accessible through the project website, through the EcoBeats site. So thank you for your attention. That was about the teacher's toolkit.
Thank you very much, Joanna. Thank you. I think the next part of the presentation is just the question and answer. Firstly, I want to just thank all the participants. Thank you for your attention. Also, all of my colleagues for their great work and their presentations. And right now, I would like to open the floor for any questions that you might have about the project, about the activities, any questions that you have. Feel free to add them now in the maybe in the chat, and then we will try to get them sorted. I know that some of them have already started to add them into the list.
Yeah, we have here several questions, and I would like to ask Pippa and Patricia, who are managing our chat room, to select the questions one by one, read them or ask them, and we will then decide who will be the most appropriate person to respond to the questions.
Right. I can also do that if you want, Lucy.
Okay, because I'm not sure.
I have access to the.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go through the questions.
All right. So we have an anonymous question asking if teachers from Albania and students can register on the platform. I can answer this. I think I know the answer, which is that anyone can register in our site. It's open to all participants from all over the globe. But it is important to know that the languages are limited to, right now, only English. But then after, it will be Czech, German, Italian, Polish, Spanish, and Turkish. So yes, of course, anyone can join, but we must be aware that there is a limit on the languages as well.
I think it deserves one more comment. Some of our guests have asked that their country is not listed in the language selection over there on the platform. Well, this is the fact that the project has been developed in this small consortium of 5 partners, and outputs are developed in 7 languages. And we understand that people from Albania or other countries would like to use these outputs and simply implement them in their teaching. So this is why we have provided free access to the editable version. We didn't have the capacity to create it in all possible languages, but we are giving you an access to the editable template of each micro lesson. And in case you want to prepare these micro lessons in your own language, adapt them to your own language, you can do so simply by exchanging the text in the microlesson, and you can use them. I can see Joanna wants to add something on this matter.
Yes, thank you. Because I have been looking through the chat also now, and some questions refer perhaps to the choice of the country, that perhaps at registration, this is an issue which we can check with our IT. It's not possible to choose Albania or Serbia or North Macedonia at registration process. So we will check if we can extend the list of these countries. Anyway, it is possible that you choose a different country of residence so that you can still access the course immediately. And then in the profile, in the menu, you can update your country. So this is something that we will look into so that we can add more languages of more countries of the person that registers. But at the moment, you can also choose a different country so that you do not have limited access. Okay, that's all. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. This is maybe just a little tiny hiccup on our side because the platform is still under reconstruction or construction. So excuse us for this, but it will certainly be possible to access for all of you, regardless the country. That's the point. We want to offer it to anyone from all over the world. But for now, as it is being constructed, maybe there are still some tiny discrepancies that we are going to polish immediately. So do not worry about this. This is not going to be a problem. There is also one, add also Ukraine. I think we are not going to add countries. We will just simply enable it to anyone.
I also want to add, I think there was another question, not a question, more of a statement that they want a clarification on. And they said, if the language isn't available, can I download the templates and translate them? And so basically, this is something that a very good solution to this matter. Of course, to any of the languages that are in your country, you can modify the just translate our micro lessons and use them in your own language if English is not suitable, or if there's no other language that you can use. So I think that makes it very accessible to people, even regardless of the country.
Okay. Yes, exactly. So either you use it in English or the selection of the languages, or feel free to download and adjust to your own language conditions, your own language, whichever you would like to. Do we have any other question, Andrea?
Yes, we have a question that says, how can teachers incorporate these lessons into their current curriculum? So the ones that they have now. I don't know if maybe Joanna wants to add and talk, answer this question. If not, I can do it as well. But
hi, Andrea. You mean about the certification?
no, it says, how can teachers incorporate these lessons into their current curriculum?
Mm-hmm.
So maybe
yes.
Yeah.
Yes. What we propose is that, this is a suggestion from me, what we propose is that the lessons, they can be used in extracurricular classes. So after the main curricular classes, also they can be used for extra learning for students, or you can also adapt, especially in classes on biology, on geographics, and the different lessons into your current curricula.
Also, civic education is very good for this. Mm-hmm. Or I'm not sure what is the proper term for for this subject in English, but where the children learn about their own country. We call it vlastiveda in our in our language, but I assume this is something very similar in all countries, simply where children learn about their own country and about the geography and the other sciences related to their own country first. That is also a very suitable subject for this, especially in the elementary level. Then in the secondary, you can choose from many more languages, but this training program is basically designed for the elementary. Also, visuals are simpler and more colorful and more engaging, simply to keep the attention of the little children from the elementary level.
Yes, sorry, because there was a question about the certification, and I was reading it, and I thought that this is what you were asking me. But I can maybe already answer that question also about the certification, because we have that question in the chat. So there's a certificate, but in order to get the certificate, you have to pass all the modules. So that is the requirement. You need to have all the badges collected. So there's no limit of time in which you need to collect the badges. So you can also attend the course for a longer period of time. But in order to get the certificate, you need to complete positively all of the modules. And on the certificate, there will be, of course, your name. So the name that you entered in your profile. And you can also update that in case you did any mistake when you registered. And like I said before and answered in the chat, when we add more countries, then also in the profile you will be able to change your country. However, the country, it will not be on the certificate. So on the certificate you'll have information about the completion of this e-learning with your first name and last name.
Thank you very much, Joanna. We have a few more questions, maybe that we can have some quick answers to. So the next question is, what role do parents and communities play in supporting these ideas? Lucy, I don't know if you want to take a hold of this, of answering this question.
Yeah, I may try. Now I'm thinking how this all is interlinked. During our work on this project, I was in a very close cooperation with our local school and the principal of this local school. And we talked about how to involve teachers and how to involve parents into all this, because this is never just single-sided thing. There is always children, their teachers, and their families that cooperate with, regardless the subject. It is always this three-sided thing when it comes to education. Families can't expect teachers to do all the education and vice versa. So all these three elements need to cooperate together. And when we discussed this with the teachers of our school, they told us one very interesting thing that will probably answer your question. And they said that there is a very interesting direction of educating people in environmental protection or in circular economy, and that goes from children to families, because many times it is the school that brings these ideas as the first to the children's attention, and children learn something in school, maybe through these micro lessons or whatever other source, and then they come home and they want to practice what they have learned. They want to do this. They want to separate the waste. They want to use the glass bottle instead of plastic. They want to, I don't know, buy something that is more friendly to the environment and so on. And they start questioning their parents and their family practices, why we do this way and why don't we do it the way the school taught us. And through the children, even the families get educated more in these things. So I think it has a very big impact, not only on the families, but on the entire communities as well. And simply the families or older parents or even the grandparents, I mean, didn't have much access to information of this kind. But now through the children in our schools, they get closer to this, and children educated in this subject can become a very influential members of the families, because they have this new knowledge and they make them feel important. They make them feel, someone who makes the difference, and they are very happy to share this with their families. So I think that's the role they are going to play, and I hope and I believe that passing this training, they will be much more equipped in all sorts of information on this topic.
Very good. Thank you, Lucy, very much. Another question I think we can have a quick answer to is, what is the expected age range for all the content? And also, do you have any reports or results of the application of the tools? So the age range is 6 to 11. That's the age range that this project focuses on. And as for the evaluation, we're currently in the piloting stages of the platform. It should be available soon. There was also a question before about when will the platform be fully available? And I don't know if maybe Joanna can give us a concrete date to this, or a range of dates where people can expect to have these ready.
Yes, so like there was already, I think, a reply in the chat. So fully operable will be until the end of March in all the languages that we have now set in the menu. So we hope to have quicker available, but also due to some of these different updates we need to make, for sure until the end of March.
Great, thank you very much. And then the last question that we have for now is, have you tried any of the activities in the classroom already, and have there been any challenges during doing this in school? I can answer this myself. We, as European Learning Center, we have also done some of these classes with our young students, some of these micro lessons. I think it's the challenges that we face. A lot of them have to do with the different technology access that they have at home, the students have at home. So this can create a little bit of a difference. Now with younger students, it is very easy for them to understand and know how technology works, so that didn't really become a challenge. But in terms of doing it at home, some of the things that they can do then themselves at home, that was a challenge. So what we did is, instead of sending home, just doing it in the classroom with them all together, with the equipment that is available for them in the classroom, just solve the problem. Other than that, from our side, the challenges, honestly, with young students, there are things that they want to learn about. There are things that it's interesting to them, and it's things that it makes sense to them why we want to protect the planet. They're not as tainted by the world like adults are. So younger students are, they understand it more easily than any of the adults do, because they're just, of course we have to protect the planet. That's a basic thing that they have to do. So they're willing to learn, and like Lucy mentioned before, they want to be those motors. They want to be the ones that help. We want to recycle, we want to do this and that. So it's a very positive thing, and it was something that was easy to implement in the classroom from our side.
Yeah, I want to add one note. We do not have a lot of practical feedback yet, because, as Andrea said, we are heading to an end of the training program development, and it is just going to be piloted in our schools. We have uploaded the English version that is already available to you. So if you want to check the platform, you can do that with the English version. And now, step by step, the other language versions are being uploaded. And by the end of March, all of the available language versions will be uploaded. So then in these available language versions, you can work. If you want another language version, you are free to download the template and make your own translations in the other languages. And well, in case you want to try any of the lessons immediately now, then you have these options to access the lesson and to download it and to simply edit it into your own language, if not available. We are actually looking for schools that want to pilot it. So in case you can, and you will see that the language is already available for you, you can just go ahead and try and pilot it. And in case you will have any constructive feedback, we will be very happy if you provide this feedback to us. We are looking for partners who are going to pilot or who are going to actually use it in their teaching practice. In the Teacher's Toolkit, this is about how it all goes together. In the Teacher's Toolkit, you will find many suggestions how to combine it with your current curricula, how to do it outside the curricula, how to implement it into various subjects. All this will be addressed or is being addressed in the Teacher's Toolkit. So you can read that as well and get inspiration in there. Simply, you are free to use all of these outputs the way you prefer, and that suits you and your school and your curriculum. There is another question I can see immediately. Where is the link for Teacher's Toolkit? Teacher's Toolkit is not online yet, because we just finished it, I think, yesterday. Joanna just finished it yesterday, and it will be uploaded on the project website in the coming days. It is just the final adjustment of the layout, and it will be down there, available for you. So check on the website, and all the outputs will be appearing there step by step now. And in the coming, let's say, 5 weeks, everything will be available to you in all the languages that we promised. For you to know when it is really ready, we will like to address you once again. Yeah, I can see our colleague already gave information about it, but you will receive an email from us as well confirming that all the resources are ready for everyone to use for free, and the access to this will be through our project webpage that is in the chat. You are most welcome. So now I'm not sure, because I'm not watching the chat, if there are any other questions, Andrea.
I think from what I can see, there are no other questions, no new questions.
So I will just continue. If not, I will just continue to wrap up the key outcomes, key conclusions of this session, of this conference, and that will also answer the questions that just appeared in the chat about the certificate of participation in this conference. So give me 1 second. I'm going to share my screen now again, and I'm going to open the presentation. And okay, presentations is over here. So we finished questions and answers. And now, what are then the key takeaways from this conference? We spoke about the importance of the education in this matter, and that's no need to repeat it, that by educating children in this, we will shape the citizens for the future. So it's really crucial and really important topic for the future of the life on our planet, on the planet Earth. So early exposure to this information will give students simply the ability capability to do the sustainable choices in their life. And that's what they need the most at this stage. So to do this, to be able to do this, and for the children to learn all this, we have prepared this training program, which is called Green Future, which consists of 200 digital lessons in 7 languages, that is supported by the micro-certification platform that is in a sort of gamification style, and students can learn badges and go up in the in their learning path and earn the badges and the final certificate as well. Then we will have in a couple of days the Teacher's Toolkit, also in all 7 languages, that will provide you all strategies, lesson plans, examples, and everything that teacher might need to embed all these resources into the curriculum effectively. And the most important thing, where you find all this, it's the project website that serves as the main hub for all the resources. It's important to say that the program outputs are free for everyone, and we created everything with teachers in mind. So we hope that it will be a valuable package of resources for you to work with effectively in your schools. All outputs will be available in the end of March 2025, and you will be notified about it by email, so you can access the webpage and start using all resources as you will. And now, if there are no other questions, or even if there are questions, we will come back to the discussion. But before I close this presentation, here are the contacts, the page where you can find the training program is ecobit.eu. You can see it in here. If you need any other help with whatever problem you need, you can contact us here on this email address. I just can see that there is a typo in our address, and proeduca is CZ behind the dot. It's not EZ. It is my fault because I entered it wrongly. So it is CZ like Czech Republic, Proeduca CZ. And for those that want to give us any kind of feedback, here is the QR code, but Pippa or Patricia will insert the link to the feedback form also into the chat. And if you provide us your feedback and send and submit it, you will be automatically receiving the certificate of attendance to this conference. So please give us your honest feedback, and we would be very happy if it is not just yes, 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 or whatever, just to receive that certificate. But if you also give us whatever information you might feel is important to express in this context, especially we will be very happy for your constructive feedback on how these tools are suitable for you, how you can implement them in your teaching, in your classroom, and whatever use for it you find in your teaching career. So I stop sharing this. I think the link to the evaluation is already in the chat, and I will ask once again if there is any question that still needs to be answered, Andrea.
From what I see now, there are no new questions. All of the questions have been answered. Yeah, no new questions.
Perfect. Someone is asking if we can add the link, but I think people will take care of it. Link for the evaluation. It may have got lost in the chat.
It's been sent. So perfect.
Yes, our technical support is giving this instruction already in the chat. So if there are no other questions, I would like to thank you all for attendance, for your questions, for your interest in our outputs, and I wish our results, the products of our 2-year work, will be useful and will be well used in your teaching practice in your classrooms. And I will be very happy if we keep in touch. And if you want, you can leave us your contact details in the feedback form so that we can invite you to more events of this kind and present you with more of our outputs. Andrea, any final words?
Nothing, just thank you all for listening to us and for coming to this event. And just a reminder that there are other events in other languages if anyone is interested in those as well. And that's basically it. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for coming, and good luck with environmental education.
Bye, everyone.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.